When you face a team like the Chiefs, does it put added pressure on you in the offense, knowing that you're going to probably have to score high 20s, maybe even 30s to win a game like this?
Yeah, I mean it's again always trying to play complementary football. So however we got to win, we're going to do what we have to do. So that's take care of the football. And if it's grind it out like last week and run the ball and know that your defense is playing well, we'll do it that way. And if we have to score points because of something different, because they pose a different threat, we'll adapt to that. But yeah, if, we have to do our part if we're going to beat a really good football team like Kansas City.
Indianapolis kept their offense off the field line. It says a play caller, how do you balance possession but also taking some shots?
Yeah, I mean that you just said it. I mean, honestly, it's about having balance, and it's about protecting the ball, and it's about staying on the field. You have to be great in situational football. Third downs, you got to convert. If you're not great on third down, you're not going to stay on the field. You're going to give Kansas City an advantage, and you're going to be in for a long day. And then you got to score touchdowns, not field goals. And if we can do those kinds of things, feel real good about our chances. But it's going to be a big challenge.
Is that what's, I guess, unique about this league against Green Bay? You were criticized for having too many 15-play drives, and now it seems like a recipe this week potentially.
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, it's again, what others feel or whatever is perceived on the outside, you can't control those things. In the end, it's what Vic and myself and whatever as a staff we feel is the best opportunity to give this organization a win. We're going to do it, and if it's grind it out and win 10-0, or if it's win 42-35, we'll do what we have to do. But in the end, it's not about stats. It's about winning football games, and that whatever formula that is, it can change week to week.
In that vein, Rich, do games like Sunday test your patience sometimes? Is it hard not to try to kickstart?
Yeah, I mean, everything. When it's not going smoothly, yeah, you're always trying to find a way to pick it up. But we've been our own worst enemy at times this year, and it's the penalties that have really cost us a lot of yards, a lot of stop drives, and points. And in the end, those are the things that ultimately I'm responsible for, we're responsible for, and we have to clean up if we're going to be the type of efficient offense that we want to be, that takes care of the ball and scores points and has a great deal of confidence and puts pressure on the defense. We're going to have to be smarter with the mental mistakes and the penalties.
I guess I mean, like, when a game's going like
Yeah.
this, Vic's was said, the 4th and 1, he elects not to go for it because it's that kind of game. Do you have to, walk a line between wanting to really try to kickstart it or
that's one of the things I would say personally I've prided myself on, this is even in college, is I'm not the head football coach, I'm the offensive coordinator, but I've never called a game like a coordinator trying to rack up stats. I've always called a game to win the game, and that's it. And I always try and think like the head coach wants. And whatever that requires, I'm going to do, and I'm going to have our offense committed to doing that. And in the end, I think that's what it takes to win in this league. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't want to be the most efficient, dynamic offense in the league. And so, yeah, it is difficult when you want to do some things, but that was a very, very good defense. I mean, they're not, they play as hard as anyone. Their front seven is very good. Jarrell is as good as you're going to see in the interior, and that secondary is very, very complete, and they've given a lot of people a lot of trouble this year. The turnover was unfortunate, and the penalties were unfortunate. But, again, we were able to grind it out, make some plays when we needed to, and we won the football game.
Are the conversations different that you or Mike would have with Ron Leary and with Bowles when the holding seems to be, more?
Yeah, it's those are hard ones to answer. I think, each situation's a little bit different. Ron got, one of the penalties he got, he's going to get credited for is really somebody wasn't there to help him, and he's going against a really good interior player, and that's going to happen, and that's part of the game. What happened on the other plays and previous plays, and things kind of Garrett's gone through. We're working on those things. I think he's doing a much better job, and he's getting more confidence. And you just can't. He can't think about those things. He still has to play the game, and I think he's doing a good job.
Time for a few more guys. Third down issues, 2 of 14, but also
Yeah.
over on third and short. How frustrated were with not getting those third downs?
Well, you false start on a 3rd and 1, and then on 3rd and 6 you come up 6 inches short. And then again on 3rd and 6, the 3rd and 5 you come up 6 inches short. Like literally, those are. It's Vic talks about a game of inches, death by inches, however you want to look at it. Those are the things that'll keep you from beating great football teams. You have to be efficient in those situations. So I thought Joe made great decisions. I thought we protected well enough at times. We were unfortunate. We were backed up on one of the third downs. He had Cortland open, and he kind of got hit when he was throwing it and kind of rushed it. But yeah, I mean, you got to convert, and you have to be efficient. But I'll say this, like, that secondary is very, very challenging. And Emmanuel being out at half, those are things you have to adapt to, but they challenge you, and they're going to give a lot of people fits.
Royce Freeman is a really good running back, but do you think he's dancing a little too much at times because the offense will at times lose momentum when Phillip has to go off the field?
Yeah, I don't feel that at all. I think that Royce is one of the most complete football players on this team, and I trust him as much as anyone in this building. I think he's he got nicked up during the season. All those things happen when you're a physical runner like himself. But I mean, if you think about the plays, the Chicago game, those checkdowns he caught where he made people miss in 2 minutes, and even the catch in 2 minutes late in the game, he caught a hitch, he got out of bounds. That was a really good football play. I trust him completely. He's the two of them are both great players, and we're fortunate to have both of them, and we got to keep them playing at a high level. But Royce is going to have a big year and continue to have big years. He's a physical, complete football player.
Rich, how much does your
Last
offense,
one here, Zach.
how much does your offense change when you don't have Emmanuel Sanders in there for an extended period of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything, the league is a game of matchups. And when you play a really dynamic defense like that, and they play 6 DBs and they got some really good DBs, you're always looking for the best winning matchup. And when you lose someone who's a winning matchup in those situations, yeah, it makes it tougher. And other people have to pick it up, and I thought Deshaun did a nice job of that.
Good, thanks, Coach. Congrats, Coach McMahon.
And how do you slow down Pat Mahomes? How do you stop the Chiefs offense?
Takes all 11. Takes all 11. We got to be on point. He's a guy that brings out the best in us because it just heightens our awareness, makes us sharper as coaches and players. So we like that.
Vic said a couple times yesterday, I think, once on the radio and once here, that he compares them a lot to John and to Aaron Rodgers, but John in the 80s and 90s. Do you see that comparison?
Yeah, no question about it. They have the special arm talent, and they can keep plays alive, and they're a moving target that can hit moving targets. So that's what makes it difficult.
Tyreek look like he had any limitations, or did he look full go to you watching the tape?
Yeah, he's plenty fast right now. Maybe he has a little more, but it's not that noticeable.
When a guy's that fast, how do you defend against that type of speed?
Yeah, there's two things. You either give him some room, or you get up on him and take some of that speed off of him. So there'll be times where we're helping overtop him, and other times where he'll be one-on-one.
What have you seen from Todd Davis in the last couple of weeks?
He's just really, for missing as much time as he did, he's gotten back into the fold. But again, this guy is a guy who's always into the preparation part of it and the process. So, and he's just very serious and a really good pro at what he does. So, he's just been a consistent hub to our defense and getting the communication to the guys.
How much opposite of Alexander Johnson, who obviously kind of the opposite just in terms of time of service, understanding everything that goes into it? Yeah,
guys develop at different stages, and we're always looking for a successful plan, and he fit that plan a couple weeks ago, and then had a good game last week. So we'll move forward with that.
After 3 picks last week, you like where your secondary is at, even considering Harris is just making his second NFL start. Diontae Harris.
Yes. We love the interceptions. We're still looking for more takeaways. We want to build on that and increase that. And Diontae Harris, he had a good outing. It's not easy to go in there, your first start. And, he was good enough for us to win. And we'll springboard on that this week.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, guys.
How well was that block?
He did a nice job. We actually pressured him, and so it was one of those where we had to race back, to get those blocks. It wasn't set up as a return. It's a pressure, and he did a good job of hitting the wall. We missed one there at the end. You wish you would have had, because it would have sprung him. But I thought they did a nice job. They executed. They really ran hard back there, and it just turns into a foot race between individuals after you rush. And guys did a nice job.
Yadam's block there looked like the exact same thing the ref showed us in that video, with the way he just turned and shielded him or screened him. I mean, I guess, is that one where you give him a pat on the back, say, yeah, that's.
Yeah, we call it some people call it a save it block. We call it a space block. You know, you just try and find space rather than work to the body, because if you work to the body, you'll end up hitting him in the butt. But he did a nice job. He was smart. You know, he waved him through, and he knew we had space.
What did you make of Wadman's game?
You know what? He had a good game. You know, the backed up punt, we had a bad snap. And, you know, you wish he would have not panicked a little. But when you're backed up like that, he did. But other than that, I thought he did a good job. You know, he punted well. He punted to the edges, and he's improving.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.